Hey, what's up everyone? Today I'm going to be talking about the top 10 Pixel additions, bugs, etc. that I think everyone or most people are having still even after the January update. This wasn't worth covering before in the past because there was so much controversy, but now that Google's got most of the bugs worked out for most people, I wanted to talk about the 10 continuing things that I'd like to see in future bug fixes and even maybe some in the Pixel 7. Number 10, there's a black bar that goes across the bottom of the screen in a lot of apps, including, I believe, YouTube. It's a black or a white bar that you'll see at the bottom of the screen. Number 9, when you receive a call and your phone is locked, there's no way to dismiss the notification. You can decline or answer the phone, that's it. I'd like there to be the ability to just kind of swipe to the right and dismiss the notification and continue to use the phone, or text the person back immediately and say, I'm busy right now, call you later, or something like that. Number 8, now we have 3 sliders on pictures, and I believe there's 2 on videos for the white balance, the highlights, and the shadows. I'd like to see the ability to save those to profiles, and that way when you're in similar scenes, you could bring those up quickly. For example, if you're indoors and you find that there are certain settings that you like in indoor situations, you could easily click on a profile and it would set those things, the highlights, the shadows, and the white balance to a certain preference. Number 7, and this is a bug that has continued after the January update. I believe it is for most people are seeing this, and you can try this on your phone, or you've already seen it. If you delete multiple photos in Google Photos on your Pixel 6 phones, you'll get to 3 or 4, go okay, and then all of a sudden one will not be able to delete, and you have to either wait several seconds for there to be the ability to delete it, or you can go out and back into Google Photos. Number 7, and this still occurs. Sometimes right after taking a photo, you go to look at the photo and it appears distorted, almost like it's halfway in between processing. And the only way that you can fix that is to go completely out of the camera app or out of Google Photos and back in, and then the photo appears as normal. All right, now we get into the heavy hitters, the top 5. Number 5, I don't know if it's just me and this just started happening. I have not had very many issues with my Pixel 6 Pro. I love the phone, and a lot of people have had some issues, but one issue that I've just recently started happening is that when I unlock the phone, I don't see any icons, and I have to go into settings or into an app from a notification and then go out of that, and then the icons reappear. This is really reminiscent and similar to the way Windows Explorer would crash, and I believe that they finally, or Microsoft has finally gotten that taken care of, where you won't have any icons and you won't be able to click on anything, and you can do a Control-Alt-Delete and restart Explorer. It reminds me of that. I don't know if it's a similar thing going on with Android, but it is definitely happening. Number 4, and this will probably be number 1 for a lot of people, is Face Unlock. I think that Google definitely should add Face Unlock in addition to the fingerprint feature. Even if it is not as secure as Google would like it to be, they can simply do a warning when you click on it, a notification that pops up, or a disclaimer that says that this feature is not as secure as our fingerprint sensor. Please be sure that you want to enable this, but give people the option. Now, I have not had very many problems with the fingerprint sensor myself, but I do notice that it doesn't work very well at all in very bright outdoor settings. So anyway, add that option for the Face Unlock, and I think it'll make a lot of people happy. Number 3, the ISO is a touch at least too high on default for most video settings. And what this causes is noise in your videos. This happens on the selfie camera. It happens on all three of the rear cameras in low light situations. And I found that you can fix this by sliding the exposure down a little bit. And because of that, I believe that Google could easily fix this issue with a little bit of tweaks to their algorithm. This is an issue because you can't continually adjust the highlights or the exposure yourself in different changing lighting situations when you're shooting a video. For example, if you go under a tree and it becomes a low light situation, you can't manually adjust every time, but an algorithm can do that. All right, top 2. And I don't know if Google can make this better through software. This is most likely a hardware fix that they're going to have to come out with on a Pixel 7 or the next Pixel model. And that is the wide angle lens. It just simply doesn't perform as well as Google's competitors, mainly iPhone and Samsung, but also some other phones have better wide angle lenses. Google just simply didn't seem to focus or devote enough resources to their wide angle lens on the Pixel 6 series. In addition to not having as wide of an angle as their competitors, it also doesn't perform as well in low light. All right, and my number one, and I think a lot of people's number one, is the selfie camera. I think that Google also didn't put enough resources into the selfie camera. It's odd that the Pixel 6, the regular Pixel 6, seems to have a better functioning selfie camera in low light situations than the Pixel 6 Pros, even though the Pixel 6 Pro's selfie camera is an 11.1 megapixel selfie camera, and the Pixel 6 is, I believe it's an 8 megapixel camera. The Pixel 6 has a lower aperture and it actually allows in more light than the Pixel 6 Pro, which has a higher aperture. Now, I don't think Google can fix this with software. I think that they're just going to have to concentrate on this the next time around. The selfie camera is very important to a lot of people. In fact, I would say a lot of people use the selfie camera more than the rear cameras. It comes in handy when you're out with a friend or even a group of friends. You can actually see the picture and get it in frame better with the selfie camera than you can turning your camera around. Now, there's also another alternative. One of the Xiaomi's features, the newer Xiaomi phones, has a rear-facing display. It's not high res or anything. It just shows you what you're taking a picture from the rear. And a lot of people will, I see a lot of people have a mirror on the back of their phones so that they can take better pictures with this. I think that maybe either have a really good front-facing camera, and if they find that it is either easier or it costs less money to do, put a small basic display on the rear camera. That way they can devote more resources to the rear facing cameras and just nix the whole selfie camera. These are my favorite cell phones I've ever owned, and are they the best? That's debatable. Is it my favorite? Absolutely. Anyway, let me know what you think down in the comments. Did I miss something, or did I misorder something? Do you agree? Do you disagree? And don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel, and we'll see you next time.